This is Matt. He is currently in primary school and he has high-functioning autism. Autism spectrum disorder involves persistent deficits in social communication and social interaction, as well as restricted, repetitive patterns of behavior. There are things that Matt is able to do just as well as his classmates. He is very good at mathematics, for example. Not all autistic kids are the same. They are all on specific points of the spectrum. It's important to give high-functioning children the opportunity to develop their potential, which would be accomplished by having them in the same class as typically developing children of the same level of intelligence. In the Netherlands, there is a movement to provide high-quality education for all children and include children in the traditional classroom as much as possible. This is known as inclusive education. Because of inclusive education, Matt attends class with children of all abilities. This allows Matt and his classmates to learn from each other. However, there are also things that Matt struggles with. For example, when there are a lot of things going on, Matt sometimes feels overwhelmed and may have a sensory overload. His senses are overly activated, and this can lead to problems concentrating. But there are a few ways to help Matt and other high-functioning autistic children like him to feel more comfortable in the classroom. These are a structured class environment, quiet times, sensory activities, and training for teachers. A structured class environment can help all children to learn better. Routines help children learn what to expect throughout the day and can help to reduce stress. Writing schedules on the board for children to see allows them to manage their own time. Routines are specifically important for autistic children because they are more vulnerable to anxiety in their daily lives compared to neurotypical children. Having a structure in their day will help them calm their anxiety because they know what is going to happen during the school day, in turn decreasing the likelihood of obsessive, repetitive behaviors in class.
Quiet times can also benefit the entire classroom. Quiet times allow typically developing students to learn independently. By scheduling quiet times throughout the day, autistic children have a chance to calm their senses and prevent sensory overload. This will be done for 20 minutes every day, where the students are not allowed to talk and can choose which schoolwork they want to independently work on. If they have any questions during these 20 minutes, they will be encouraged to write them down and ask them after the quiet time is over. Sensory activities can be fun for children and can increase retention of material through multiple pathways of learning. Sensory activities can also help autistic children who have underactive senses. Some examples of sensory activities are using blocks to learn numbers and clapping out syllable words for phonetics. Sensory activities like these will provide them with a more controlled way to get their sensory needs met in class, without their behaviors being self-injurious. Training teachers about how to interact with autistic children can be extremely beneficial. Autistic children have specific learning needs and challenges with which they need help. Furthermore, by being able to recognize the signs of sensory overload, teachers can prevent autistic children from having a breakdown in class. Training should be provided for all staff who come into contact with the child. Meetings throughout the year can be held to discuss the progress of all children with special needs. Children like Matt are very much capable of going to school with neurotypical children. However, the changes we have made in our intervention plan can make their time in school a little easier and help them focus on learning better. We believe that these changes will not be at the expense of typically developing children, but instead will help their development in different ways from children with high-functioning autism. For example, they learn to manage their own time and work independently, while at the same time autistic children are provided with adjustments to decrease their anxiety and calm their senses. In addition to sensory problems in communicating with others also plays a central part in children with autism spectrum disorder. Our discussion question therefore is, in what way can teachers help high-functioning autistic students to become better at communicating with others?